Hi there, Theresa here from theresamonroe.com, and I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. We have, yesterday was September 8th, and Mother Mary's been around quite a bit because it was her birthday, at least a day that's celebrated within the Catholic Church. And it's still, whether you're religious or not, it's still a day that is still celebrated around the world for being her birthday. And I was reflecting with a friend of mine because last month, so ever since like May, June timeframe, there's been what's called a petition out with the Councils of Light that Mary Magdalene picked up to help balance the masculine and feminine on the planet. And they've had a little bit of a challenge and needed feminine energy to be directed towards a certain pocket of masculine energy that didn't want to heal. Now, a large majority of this were males, but some of this were females that have masculine energy within them that needed to be healed, or the relationship to them. There's only a few that have chosen not to heal, and those are the ones that have chosen not to ascend, and they are part of the old earth and will not be moving along to the new earth. Again, that was their choice, and they knew it consciously when they made it, but it's not the majority. The large part of them are choosing no more feminine abuse. So with yesterday, it was the anniversary, 2-year anniversary, where when a certain queen passed, she was a holder of darker feminine energy on the planet, and she handed it back to Mother Mary on her birthday on September 8th, 2022. She took that energy and she gave it back to Mother God. It was an acknowledgement of the abuse of feminine energy. The dark feminine was never something that was meant to have existed. If you look and you know how to get into the Akashic records or look at the divine templates, the feminine are light. The feminine are meant to, and there were older like archetypes that were darker that have since given their power back. Lilith was another one. She was September of 2023. She had been held in a different dimension for having interfered with Earth for a number of years, and that energy was given back to Mother Mary just after her birthday, who handed it back to Mother God. So these particular vibrations, we're getting ready for what we're doing now, which is the balancing. It's a full healing of the feminine on the planet, which has now happened. We've just been waiting in terms of so that there can be respect amongst the masculine and the feminine, is that the masculine has a small pocket of them that are still choosing to be darker. And it is so difficult for them to do so at this point. But Mother Mary Magdalene has asked, and she usually comes to me with Mother Mary, and asked for, and it's not just me, but she's asked planetary wide via the councils to make sure that there's more light given to the pockets of the masculine that have not been wanting to heal. Some of that, or resistant to it. So one of the responses is making sure that we pray more for the males on the planet, because I saw some of them being attacked by the enemy in August. Not so much this month, but they did it to go after some of the feminine that had healed, because it let me know, Archangel Michael goes, yeah, that actually means that they can't attack the feminine like directly anymore. They're having to go through like unhealed males. So any of the males that have been doing negative energy work have acknowledged that they're not healing, so that they think that they're doing something. And it's one of the things that I am witness to, along with Mother Mary and a few other light workers that know what's going on both sides. So anyway, that's one of the things. It was the anniversary of Lilith and a certain queen giving over all of their negative feminine power back to the feminine light, to Mother Mary, in acknowledgement. How funny, something just drops. They say that's good luck coming from the trees. Anyway, it's just some seeds. It's not bird poo. How funny is that? It's like an acknowledgement because the birds of peace are here. But anyway, that's one of the things that was happening. And so yeah, it's the anniversary of Mother Mary and the dark feminine handing their energy back to the feminine light. Some of the women here that are still trying to do darker work, it's like that's already been healed. If you haven't, it's been by choice. By those that have, they know and are feeling more empowered and are ready to form these communities, because it's through the feminine that the masculine is also healing, and the masculine can't do it without the feminine. So pray for your men, pray for your children. This month we will hit the full balance of masculine and feminine. So any masculine that's going to heal, it's right now. Basically should have been last week, but you'll really start to feel it around this Saturday, like right around the 14th, if you're not feeling it now. Also should be feeling it right around the solstice as well. You'll be like, oh, wait a minute, okay, there's a lot more balance going on here. And because it's eclipse season, you're going to be feeling God really taking control and taking the reins. And in October, there's a lot of blessings coming. So for people that have done the work. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, some people didn't know that the feminine had handed, like the dark feminine had handed their power back. So that's why when you see certain women trying to do darker things, or not even know that they know, but they're pretending that they don't know that they're doing, things that are not in alignment with God or Mother God. They just don't have the power to them that they used to, and nothing does on that side because certain realms have been removed. All of these things, when you look at these things, you're wondering about it, these were all agreements. They were never part of the original design of the planet. They were never part of the original creation for what's happening here. They were never part of the divine templates. They were never part of the future of the planet. It was never part of any of that. And I know because I was here and I remember. And a lot of you will start remembering. And if you get into the Galactic Akashic Records, or you start asking for memories of that stuff, you'll see what that was like. All of this, and I've mentioned this in prior videos, is because we're headed into the realms of perfection as a planet and rejoining. We're the good news about this too is that nobody else in the history of creation has ever fallen this low, especially climbing right back out of it. We have seen places like, I love this, the doves are in mating season, so there's a lot, because so much of the feminine's been healed, there's a lot more relationships coming together in September as well, September 2024. So it's cute to watch the males mating with the females. But anyway, it's interesting to watch, but we're headed back into the realms of perfection. I hope that's helpful. For some that didn't know, there were some of the fallen factions, or I don't even like to call them the darker factions, because a lot of them don't even exist now. The ones that had basically not followed spiritual law and wanted to experience that side of things. They just, I don't know, I forgot the storyline for a moment, because this is one of the things, when you start to talk about these things, a lot of people didn't know that there was like feminine leadership amongst the darker factions. People don't talk about that. They don't always know, like, hey, did you know that this particular angel that was fallen is now ascended back into heaven, is healing? That happened this year. Did you know that Lilith is back in, actually did not go into the realms of perfection. They took Lilith's soul and spread it across the multiverse like dust, because that soul could not get it right. Even in isolation, even offered healing, and decided on destruction. Some people, so that is going to be something in the future that gets removed from astrological charts, because there isn't a need for that kind of vibration. There's going to be some bigger upgrades around astrology coming as well. No matter what kind of astrology you practice, the darker side of things will be removed. The lighter side will be there, because there isn't going to be any of the more negative archetypes. They just don't, and it isn't part of the original creation. So as much as they're sad about that, it was a choice. This was always part of the schedule. If you go back and look at Revelations, even though a lot of that is parables for a reason, if you know how to read that sort of thing and get the messages, because you'll get them if you're meant to, you'll see that there were agreements and there was a schedule and there was a timeline. Back when a lot of this happened in the beginning, and when the earth first started to have darker things that came from other realms, because the earth was not originally that. When it came in, the people were petitioned, and they specifically said, oh no, we know that it's going to end up transmuted or leaving again, and we'll go back into the realms of perfection. And they knew that. That's how perfect everything was here. So, but that was long before war existed. But we are headed back into a time where it does not. So this is not something where it's just one against the other, the higher realms. It's like, no, there was a full, and I witnessed it, there was a full acknowledgement and apology for the negative feminine's behavior. This was the leader of anything that was dark on the planet and the holder of any of those dark vibrations on this planet, apologizing to Mother Mary and to Mother God, and asked to be placed back into the realms of perfection. So when she did that, and a lot of people didn't even know when it happened, and so when I see things and people trying to conjure up certain things, and I'm like, that's cute, but did you know she doesn't even exist now? So then they get desperate with how they try to pull certain things. But anyway, thought I'd let you know about that. And September 8th, it is not just Mother Mary's birthday, but it is also a celebration of the return and the full acknowledgement of the power of the light feminine. So anyway, for what that's worth, and celebration of the balance of masculine and feminine on the planet, and what that looks like is more respect, more love, and it's the start of beautiful communities, so which you're going to see more of. And again, this male is after the female. It's mating season. So anyway, bye.